Alright folks, new battery, new microphone. Is it different? And I'm gonna toss the float around a little bit. These crappie are not too deep. Should be able to work them with the new F-150. Let's see some floats sink. I tried to fish with the float in the morning. Got some bites, caught some fish. I don't know if that video will get published, but the bite was very... They were just picking the tail, just tap, 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 tap. Didn't want to eat properly. Not like this. This float was gone. Okay, I didn't catch the fish, but the float disappeared. That's what I like to see, some floats go. Cast again. Yeah, it disappeared immediately. Yeah, that's what I like to see when I do float fishing. I like to see them floats go. Bye bye. That's a crappie. Not that you need a float to catch crappie right now. I told you. When the fish are in a good mood, you can cast. You can catch them with a float, with a twitch, with whatever you want. As long as you have nice jig with a nice lure, that's nothing stupid. Doesn't have to be anything special either. Just make sure you don't have too big of a wire, too big of a lure. Well, let's try the float a few more times. Whoa, look, immediately sank a rule. Yeah, hey, that's even easier than the twitch, because it drops immediately at the right depth, because the fish are 6 feet deep and it immediately drops 6 foot deep. And with the twitch you gotta make sure you are not too deep, not too high. Not that it was hard, don't want to create the wrong impression. But with this it's even lazier, because the fish are 6 feet deep and I'm 6 feet deep. Oh, that was a sink again, but I didn't connect. They might come one more time because I didn't bite them. Yeah, he's here, he's biting. Somebody's here, but maybe not. Yeah, took it. Listen to these clicks. One of my most popular videos, how I set my drag. Go watch it. I set my drag on the edge. Whatever that means. But that's how I set my drag. It has to be on the edge. Don't care how strong your line is, your reel is, if you're catching big fish or small fish. My drag is on the edge. And that's where it is. My voice is going from the pollen. That's where my drag is, and that's where it will be until I die. My drag is on the edge. I don't know how to hook this lure better. Some fish pulled it out of the hook and then hooked it again, but not the right way. Man, sinkaroo immediately. I didn't even twitch it, because you have the tail and you have the ripples. When you have tail and ripples, and I'm using jig with a clip, I was gonna say, which makes for a beautiful tail motion. Even if I don't twitch it, look at this. The jig has a clip, so it moves freely, and it has a tail which is flat. Look at how easy this tail moves. So you can see that even if I don't twitch, if the waves are moving my float up and down like Even half an inch, quarter of an inch is enough to create action on the jig 6 feet under the surface. So it's gonna be difficult, but we did it against the wind. We still got the distance. Does anyone want to be on the show at all in that general vicinity? There we go. One fish finally decided, okay, fine, I'll show up on the show. Let's see what all the... Oh, and I lost it. He wanted to be on the show. It was my fault. The show got cancelled. No. Not to worry. This is why you float fish with mono. You guys that are new to my channel, you know that there is two things that I hate. Sandals, can't stand them things, and braid. If that knot was with braid, you would be out of luck. There's somebody else who wants to be on the show, but we gotta net them. We gotta bring him to the show with the elevator, because we keep losing them right here. He wants to be on the show. Best 10 inchers on YouTube. Welcome to the show. I don't know if he's 10, to be honest with you. Maybe if you step on top of him, stretch him a little bit. I personally don't see it as a 10. Maybe. Pretty close. The F-150 folks, all of these questions about being a river float, listen, you can fish any float, think about it. What difference does it make? Because I named the float a river, and theoretically, if you fish in a river, it does have some small theoretical advantages, but in reality, there is nothing that is stopping you to fishing it in ponds or lakes or anywhere you want. What difference does it make? You cast it, it sits like this in the water, right around here. When the fish gets it, it disappears. I mean, everything else is just theoretical differences that I don't want to discuss. If you like this color as much as I do, you have to try this. Just try it in a pond. Don't worry that the name is river. I might rename it. I'm fishing it in a small lake, just bigger than a pond. It's more important to throw it on top of some fish. Don't worry if it's a river or a lake or what kind of shape it is. You don't want it to be too big though. Bum over there. Splash everything. All you wanted, see how it disappeared without even me twitching it? It just disappeared. All you want to do is put a little float, not too big, and toss it on top of some fish. And if it's easy on the eyes and it has a big antenna for visibility, that's just a bonus. But you're gonna catch the fish just the same. Don't worry that it says a river. What should I name it? Saturn? My son is the planet's expert. I might rename it. Let's catch some more fish. Yeah, there goes the river again. There goes that river. Boom. I throw the river right in the middle of the lake. Not even twitching. What difference does it make? Is it a river? Is it lake? Hey, take that catfish, Dave. What difference does it make if it's a river or it's lake? Catfish Dave, you're not the only poet in town anymore. Yeah. The tail is still here. Tail is still here. we're gonna keep working it. This tail has seen many fish. I did several videos with the same float, with the same lure. As long as you fish for crappie, you can keep fishing it a month. Now if you fish around bluegill, they're gonna take care of the tail pretty quickly. But look at this. Look at this now. I'm casting the F-150 river right in the middle of a lake. And would you believe it? I'm catching fish just fine. The one thing that I wish I had was have the same float in F-125 size, but the manufacturer screwed up the size. So we have to make new prototypes. I have to approve them. And then we're gonna have F-125 of the river. Get back in there with the wind. Because it's F-150, we've got some weight there. I can cast it even against the wind. What difference does it make if it's a river or it's lake? Oof, I need to challenge Catfish Dave to a poetic debate, poetic competition. We need to go on a catfish challenge and recite some poems. Yeah, best 10 inchers on YouTube. Here's one more poem for you, Catfish Dave. Roses are red, violets are blue. My poem doesn't rhyme, but I don't give a shit. What about that poem? Yeah. Oh, he didn't like my poem. Now, if I knew I was going to be fishing only crappie, in my defense, I would have switched to the 1 gram number 10, which holds crappie a little bit better. 1 gram number 12 is a tremendous jig, but if you fish for nothing but crappie, it's okay to upsize to the size 10 hook. Boom! Boom! My God, it's too easy today. It's too easy. What difference does it make if it's a river or it's lake? I don't know if I can make this the title of my video. Came here for other stuff, but I just came across this fish here and look at this. I mean, boom. With the F-150 river, I'm casting 30 feet against the wind because it's heavy. Look at them. You don't even need to twitch. The wind is doing all the twitching for you. Let me show you one more time. First of all, look at this. The jig is sitting horizontal even in the air. Isn't that amazing? Kind of. The jig is moving freely. Do you guys see this? With respective to the main line. And then the tail. Look at this tail. Look how flimsy it is. And it's flat. Flat and flimsy. So as the float is moving the jig just a little bit, the jig will move like this because it's not attached to the main line rigidly, and the tail will move like this. This is what I call thoughtful design. Who sells jigs with clips? Only iFish. In the whole world. Not in Japan, not in Osaka, not in Tokyo, not in China, not in Europe. I sell jigs with clips. The factory doesn't even want to make them. I tried to convince the factory in China to ship the jigs to me with the clips. They tried with the pliers and they started cursing and they're like, "You son of a gun, it doesn't work. It's just the damn thing is too damn small. It's impossible. We tried with the small pliers and with the..." They couldn't do it. They cannot install these clips. Very difficult to install. Only I can install them. And by now, Mrs. iFish can install them too. But it took her a while. She's usually a quick learner, but it took her a while to get used to installing the clips the way I want them installed. So now, yeah, every week, once a week, we sit for a few hours and we install clips on jigs. Not because it makes more money, because it doesn't. Trust me. But I enjoy the fact that only I offer such product. Man, 40 feet. Although the wind kind of stopped for just 1 second to allow this magnificent cast to happen. What difference does it make if it's a river or it's lake? Oh, it don't make no difference, folks. You can make a float with any shape. As long as it's on top of the water and you can see it. Now I will say one thing. It's good to use a float and not a bobber. What is a float? What is a bobber? If you can confuse it with a buoy, bobber. When you see my floats, you open a pack of floats, you will immediately say, "Oh, I get it now." You'll be like, "This here is a float." And that fill over there, that's a bobber. You will not need me to explain to you. You will tell. You will tell if it's bobber or a float. And this here is a float. Come here, buddy. Come here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You're gonna take the elevator to the show. Okay? Take the elevator to the 6th floor. And then go to your left and take the first right. And you're gonna see all the cameras and all of the staff of the iFish show. Look at this. Wiggly wiggly. Yeah? Best 10 inchers on YouTube, folks. Look at this. Look at this perfect crappie. Look at this. Get back in there, buddy. Stay safe. Boom. 1, 2, 3. That's it. What difference does it make if it's river or it's lake? Guy. I had to convince one guy to buy them, and I felt bad because I felt like this guy is, I can imagine, one guy sent me an email. He liked the color of the floats, but he didn't have any rivers nearby. So he's like, "Can I really fish them in a lake?" Okay, it's gotta be still a few fish that want to play ball. Might have to twitch a little bit now. Still enough a ripple, but I don't know, the wind died down. I still see fish hanging around. Some people swear that when you release the fish, it goes back and tells the other fish not to bite no more. perhaps not in perfect English like me. I sarcastic. I don't think my English is perfect. Just some people just don't get it. Some people do not get jokes. Fat one. One of these that will take the elevator up to the show. This guy I want to land. He's a fatty. He is a fatty. Yeah. I'm gonna take the elevator to the 6th floor. Make a left right off the elevator. Walk around 50 feet and take the first right. And the lure is still good. This thin, flimsy tail, just because I'm not dealing with bluegill here, God knows I caught enough bluegill in the morning. You can fish a flimsy tail all day without consequences. Good. These crappies, not only they sink it, but they take off with it. They take off. Yeah, look at this. What difference does it make, folks? If it's river or it's lake. Does anybody know Catfish Dave? Can you get me in contact with him? I think I can make a funny video. Call me whatever you want, but I think I can make a funny video with Catfish Dave. Boom! Now the bluegills are showing. The bluegills are moving in. Yeah. Oh, the wind is starting to blow again. Let's see if that will improve the bite. Because last few bites, the bite has been not very good. The fish was small, it was still crappie, but crappie is the one that I landed, not the two that I missed. See, this one swam away. The wind took it. The wind started blowing. And he swam away. My goodness me. You don't never know, folks. You're going for one thing. You're going for twitching. You end up with an amazing float bite. And all of a sudden, I stumble into this. Yeah. He's sniffing it. One more chance. Come on. We got a second chance. Wow. One of these days, folks, when it's good to be me. One of these days. Come here, buddy. You're gonna take the elevator, not the stairs. Yeah, he's a fatty. He's gonna take the elevator to the 6th floor. Yeah, buddy. Best looking 10-inchers on YouTube. Come on, bluegill. Oh. Okay, set the hook. Good. Now that's not a bluegill. But that doesn't mean that this was the fish that was biting. People think immediately, I lost it 3 times and I caught it. When in reality, you cast 3 times to a bluegill, you didn't catch them. In the 4th cast, you cast to a crappie. You caught the crappie and then you think, oh, that's what was biting like that. People, folks, even when they have all of the right information, still manage to draw the wrong conclusion. No? Yes? Fish. Okay. I think we're gonna keep working it until the lure falls off the hook completely. It's not even fallen off the hook because the lure is already ripped off. It's not the shank of the hook that's holding it. It's the super glue to the base of the lead, to the base of the jig head, that's holding it for the most part right now. Because the lure is pretty ripped and not very straight. He did it. Okay. Not one bluegill. Where are all of these? Who is doing all of these bad bites? $60 presso, folks. At least that's how much I paid for this. Was $60 with taxes. Back in the day, before liberation and everything, these rods were $55 on Amazon. Amazing. What a bite today. Nothing shallow. No fish on the bank. I thought that's it. No float bite. We brought it for nothing. Oh. Boom. Just the right amount of wind and it sank immediately. My goodness me. My goodness. One of these bites that you never forget. Woo! Now tell me, folks, what difference does it make if it's river or it's lake? Take a look at these beauties. Just take a look. What difference does it make? This one is kind of fast. Best looking 10-inchers on all of YouTube. Look at this. Oh, finally went down. He didn't want to go to the left. Oh, he's a fighter. Wow. Just don't make no difference today. What a fatty. I'm not kidding you. Look at this. Look at this crappie. Best 10-inchers, folks. Look at this. Healthy, beautiful fish. Good fight. Got the second chance. This one took the stairs. He was in such a hurry. Still a good fish. They're coming up the stairs now. Yeah. Oh my God. They are very, very lucky. I get to live another day. Okay, maybe, no, see, that was a bite without twitching. That was the second bite without twitching and a fish. I pulled the line to straighten it, but I didn't twitch. The bite is hot. And they like whatever I have. Oh, look at this. Alright. One last fish. Oh, there is somebody over there. There is always somebody over there. Yeah. And remember, folks, what difference does it make if it's a river or it's lake? Huh? It don't make no difference. Go and take a look at this thing. And if you like it, don't you worry if you're gonna be fishing in a river or a lake. It does not matter. Alrighty? But I have to send you with a screenshot of the tackle that we used. The good old $60 Presso, the good old $60 Legalis, That is the new Legalis, sold only in Japan though. Look at this, look how pretty. I got a couple of emails about the gloves. They should be in the shop around, I don't know, maybe next month, November. If not that, in December. This color will be available before the end of the year. But thank you guys for watching another one, and I will see you soon. Bye bye folks.